Hello, my name is Quinn Kennedy, and I am doing my oral presentation two for Procter for my company Procter and Gamble. So my research question is pretty much simple: is how did Procter and Gamble become so successful? How did they go from 1837 go from just a partnership into one of the biggest multinational companies right now? So for chapter 11, I decided to choose on lesson about illustrating employee training and development. So pretty much that is basically just teaching you how the companies train their employees and how they also develop them. Now, training and development might go hand in hand, or might seem similar, but it's actually totally different things. Training is where a company wants success in a short term way. So training is something they want you to start immediately on the project or start working immediately. But development is where they're trying to look for success long term. So if you're like specifically trying to be like if you're already an employee trying to become a manager, then the company will develop you into that manager. They won't automatically put you in as a manager. They'll probably develop you first to see where you at and then do it. So one of my sources that said about my Procter and Gamble specifically is that the company has two orientation programs. So the first orientation program is called the Work Unit Orientation Program, and the second is called the Organization or Orientation Program. And these two things are like the beginning phases for either for an employee or someone trying to be a manager per se, or someone that's trying to be higher up other than employee. So for the work unit orientation, it's for the employee. It's for someone who just got hired, who needs to get used to the company, who needs to have a like I said in the name, needs to have a preparation for the unit of work they're working in. But organization orientations for managers because it focuses more on like looking at the company as an organization instead of that one working unit. Is you're more of a manager, so you got to reach out there. You got to control not control yourself, but you got to control people. You got to think of the organization as a whole instead of just your own little unit and your own little bubble. Now they do have other training jobs, but like on the job training or on the job off the job training, which orientation comes as on the job training. But for the majority, this is kind of the beginning phase of everything. How this is their top one. This is their the thing that they brings everybody in. Yeah, bring everybody in. My next thing is about chapter 12. Chapter 12, I picked lesson 5. And this is about the controversy of employee slash management issues. So basically, things that employee or management can face in there. So one of the things that was taught was, some issues could be about childcare or insurance or how the different major scale between a CEO's compensation, which is basically how much they get paid, and the employee's compensation, and how it varies a lot, and how it should come closer in a closer margin. So from my other source about from UKSA, this is just explain how like how from years ago how like how the problem like what how problems that could have been changed with Procter and Gamble. So for instance, like it says in the quote, so Procter and Gamble uses a more like a traditional bureaucracy type management. So basically meaning like it's just desk work kind of, it's straightforward. It's not this is it's ordinary. It's how you would originally picture what a business will be. And that's a problem because now people don't really have that much of a hands-on experience or a different experience than what they have seen on TVs or anywhere else because that's what it is. That's just how they operate. That's one of the issues. So it can get pretty boring in there, or it could, feel a certain way. And this is just not the type of environment that you kind of really want to be in for most people. It's just this is a traditional way, but some people like to be hands on and move out there and move around and do other things. So that's just where it comes in. But also, one thing about it is just that over the years, as technology has been advancing in a way where it's good for the world, they also need, so since there's an advancement in technology, it needs to come from the department part too, because technology is getting faster for the consumer, and business need to have that fast availability too. So over the years, since technology has rocketed, Product Gamma has focused really on working on the IT departments per se, as in product development, working on the IT, then working on like the employee or consumer requirements, which is basically meaning that uh sorry, basically meaning that like they don't really give too much time on product development for the employee per se, or they want to be more in the technology phase to figure out faster ways to get to consumers, faster ways to improve their speed of network. Yes. And like I said, the synthesis product development has been so much of a thing. They spend more time on it. It has really been introduced into the workplace. So now managers are kind of having to integrate their tools with information technology and things like that. So now chapter 13 is the one I really like personally. It's about describing the four P's of marketing. And the four P's of marketing are kind of like it's what you might include in a marketing mix, which in a marketing mix is basically what if a company's trying to introduce a new product, they use a marketing mix layout to plan out how they're going to introduce it. Usually those involve the four P's. The four P's are product, place, price, and promotion. So for product, that's basically since the name itself, it's basically what's the product? What are you trying to what did you create or innovate that you want to get out? Then it's the place. Where can you sell it? Where do you want to sell it? Where can it be available? How where can that happen? Then it's price, which is price is more of like a price is about how much is it going to cost? How's it going to is it going to like if people gonna feel like it's too expensive? Is it too cheap? Are we gonna make money off of it? Are we breaking even or are we making profit per se? So for now, for product, right? Product is like I said, it's the thing itself. Now for Procter and Gamble, or I'm just gonna say PNG for short, easier way to say it. The company has a lot of brands, it has a lot of things. It has over 65 brands, and in recent years, their goal has been to develop and build their brand from a few years ago. From so they want to basically have more products and more things so that people can buy and make them the most money. So now, as in recent years, the company has been trying to categorize their products into 10 categories, which include the baby care products, the fabric care products, the family care products, feminine care, hair care, home care, grooming, personal health care, oral care, and skin care, and also personal care. And as you can see, all that stuff is just for basically taking care of yourself. They focus on the well-being of yourself, and this is what they try to fit their products into these 10 categories. Now you got place. So Procter & Gamble is a multinational company, as we know, and multinational. Sorry, so it's a multinational company, and as you will know, that means multinational means that it's not just in one region or one country. It's all over the world. So as you can see here, they have they have a lot of manufacturers all over the world. They operate 25 manufacturing sites in the U.S. We're looking across 19 states, and also what makes it even better is they own and operate 85 manufacturing facilities all over the world in 37 other nations. So basically means that like they can reach their product anywhere if they really wanted to. If they really pushed it and really want to do it, they can push their product anywhere. So if they want to choose a new product, they can really go anywhere. Now it's the price. Now Procter and Gamble, they kind of base their price on like their competition, So like I said, it's a market oriented pricing strategy. So they base their thing on how the market's looking like. What's going on around the world? What's the standard of living? all that things, all that of that nature. What is that? And what is the important part of the market? What can make them make more profit basically. And also the last P, which is actually one of the other most important ones, is promotion. Promotion is very important because even if you have a product and you have a place where you can put it and a place where you can sell it and you have the price for it, how people gonna know about it? And this is where promotion comes in. Promotion is like a way of basically outreaching your product to the market, to people, to the test target market. So this is so usually what the product gamma does, it mixes in with like a traditional and modern marketing methods and channels to promote his brand product. So, for example, traditional was like newspapers, ads, you know, um, newspaper ads, maybe on a little bus or things of that nature. While a modern marketing method is more of like a technology, IT driven choice or marketing plan. So that's like if you have see an ad on your smartphone, or like I said, television. That could be another way of doing it. Television, or you might maybe see it in a VR set or something like that. But it's anything that's probably with more of a futuristic than in the past. So like technology wise. Next is your product development and the total product offer. So that's a little confusing. So product development is basically you trying to find a new product to put out there, and then the total product offer is how much basically what is going to come with the product and how much you're going to offer for it per se. So for my company, they sell mostly stuff about your personal body. So let's just say they will maybe want to make a promotion. Let's say here comes the word promotion because promotion has to do with how your product offer. Because a lot of people gonna know about what you offer if you don't promote it per se. So I would say, like for an example, for Bounty, which they own, Bounty, uh, they don't people don't really want to sell. People don't really want to. Probably people might want to buy 12 paper towels in a pack. So you might want to buy a full paper towels in a pack. That's where differentiation comes in. That's what different because difference is kind of like a product. It's like a product line where there's different like variation of that same product. It's still the product, but it's a better variation of it per se. And this is where what makes product game so good because it has that power and that money to change to make all these small changes to appeal to every customer's and consumer's needs. Sorry. And this all falls under the 4 P's of marketing because you need all this stuff you need the 4 P's of marketing to get their product out there and be successful. And then finally, it's to explain and then I choose chapter 15, lesson 1, which is explain the concept of marketing channels and their values. That's also what means that what's the value of a product. Like when we may see what the value is, what the value of the product is. It's basically just to a consumer's worth or to a company's worth, how much is this product value? And then marketing channels is basically the distribution of that product. So Procter & Gamble has about several channels to reach its customers. Channels being basically outlets to consumers to buy their products. So that includes mass merchandisers, grocery stores, membership club stores, drug stores, department stores, wholesalers, baby stores, basically any store because they sell such a wide variety of products that it appeals to all consumers basically. Now, sorry. Now, as you all may know, marketing intermediaries are people who are in like the middleman kind of distribution, who takes the product from the company or the manufacturer and kind of delivers it to a retailer so the consumer can easily get it. Because the reason why these are so important is because without them, the consumer may have to drive all the way to a manufacturing place and then buy the product and then drive back. And that's really unnecessary. That's a very bad way of trying to get business. Nobody really wants to do that. So this is their way. That's the company's way of trying to make more money and make sure it's more accessible to people. As you can see in these quotes, Distribution is very important. It's like I said, it's kind of like goes hand in hand with the place of the four piece. It's the place. You kind of have where you want to put your products and where you want to put your manufacturer to figure out the best way to make you the most money and get the most out of consumers. And that is all for today. Thank you for listening. These are my references. You click on any one to figure out where I got my sources from. You can see the offers titles in there. And thank you for listening.